This isn't a market correction. This is a systematic transfer of wealth happening right under our noses. And the dream of home ownership? It's becoming nothing more than a nostalgic fairy tale for an entire generation of Australians. Let me show you something that'll make your blood run cold. In Sydney right now, the median house price sits at 1.55 million Australian dollars. Melbourne isn't far behind at 953,000 Australian dollars, but here's where it gets truly sinister. These aren't just numbers on a screen. These are price tags on the Australian dream, and institutional investors, massive REITs, and global investment firms are buying them up faster than everyday Aussies can even qualify for a mortgage. Housing affordability, property investment, institutional capital, real estate portfolios, wealth accumulation, these aren't just buzzwords. They're the weapons being used in the greatest wealth transfer in Australian history. Let's talk about something your grandparents would find absolutely incomprehensible. In 1975, if you wanted to buy a median-priced home in Sydney, you'd pay around 34,000 Australian dollars. That was roughly 4 times the median annual wage. Today, that same home will cost you 1.55 million Australian dollars. That's over 10 times the median household income. Think about that for a second. Your salary has to stretch 10 times further just to reach the same milestone your grandparents achieved with 4. But here's where the mathematics become truly brutal. In Germany right now, to buy a median-priced home, you'd need roughly 5 to 6 years of median household income. In Canada, it's about 7 years. In the United States, depending on the city, between 4 to 8 years. But in Sydney, you need over 10 years of median household income, just for the median house. And that's assuming prices don't rise while you're saving, which they do, every single quarter. In Melbourne, mortgage repayments now consume 92% of the median wage. In Brisbane, it's 81%. Perth, 68%. Even in Hobart, once considered affordable, it's 63%. Sydney? A staggering 143% of the national median monthly wage. You literally cannot afford to live in the city where you work unless you have 2 full incomes, or generational wealth, or both. The dwelling price to income ratio across Australia now sits at 8.0. That means the average Australian home costs 8 times what the average household earns in a year. In 2025, Sydney property values grew by 3% annually, pushing the median dwelling value to 1.24 million Australian dollars. The median house price specifically hit 1.55 million Australian dollars, whilst unit prices reached 880,000 Australian dollars. That's not just expensive, that's mathematically exclusionary. Compare that to Germany, where housing costs are 16% cheaper overall and rent is 28% less expensive than in Australia. While a German worker might dedicate 30% of their income to housing, Australians are drowning under mortgage stress. Only 14% of homes for sale are now affordable to median income households. That's the lowest level on record. In practical terms, it means 86% of the housing stock is beyond the reach of the average Australian. Now here's where the story takes a darker turn. While regular Australians are being mathematically excluded from home ownership, somebody else is buying. And they're buying big Australian REITs, real estate investment trusts. These vehicles now represent a market worth over 100 billion Australian dollars. That's the largest REIT market outside the United States. Charter Hall Group alone manages 83 billion Australian dollars in property value. Goodman Group, over 84 billion Australian dollars spread across global logistics and data centers. These aren't small-time landlords. These are institutional wealth machines. And they're not alone. International players are circling. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager with over 10 trillion US dollars under management, has been actively expanding its Australian property platform. They've partnered with local firms, acquired major assets like the Zenith Centre in Sydney for 279 million Australian dollars, and they're positioning themselves for more. But here's the critical distinction most people miss. Firms like BlackRock aren't necessarily buying individual family homes door to door like they do in the United States. What they're doing is far more sophisticated and far more effective. They're investing in Australian REITs. They own shares in companies like Mirvac Group, which is heavily involved in build-to-rent housing, residential developments, mixed-use urban projects. They're funding the companies that are converting home ownership opportunities into permanent rental streams. Let me paint you a picture. Mirvac, GPT Group, Stockland, Charter Hall. These firms are systematically buying up development sites, building new housing stock, and instead of selling those properties to families, they're keeping them. managing them as rental portfolios, converting the entire supply chain from ownership to tenancy. The Australian government even incentivised this in the 2025 federal budget, increased tax concessions for institutional build-to-rent projects, accelerated depreciation on assets, reduced withholding tax for foreign investors from 30% to 15%. They literally created a red carpet for institutional capital to flood into residential property. And what's the result? A permanent renter class, where families who would have historically saved, scraped, and purchased a home are now locked into paying rent to corporate landlords forever. Now let's follow the money, because this is where it gets truly revealing. When you pay a mortgage, painful as it is, you're building equity. You're converting income into an asset. But when you pay rent to a REIT, you're generating yield for institutional investors. You're feeding dividend streams that flow to shareholders, many of whom are offshore. Gross rental yields for Australian apartments average 4.92%. For investors, that's passive income. For tenants, it's wealth extraction. Every dollar you pay in rent is a dollar that will never build your net worth. It's a dollar that makes someone else wealthier. And here's the kicker. REITs are getting more aggressive in the residential space. National Storage REIT, Charter Hall Long WALE REIT. These firms focus on properties with long-term leases, high occupancy rates, and stable cash flows. They're not interested in flipping properties. They're interested in locking in rental income for decades. Analysts predict Australian REITs will thrive in 2025 as interest rates stabilise. Property values are expected to rise another 3 to 5% in major cities. Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, all poised for growth. But that growth isn't accessible to the average buyer. It's being captured by institutional portfolios. In the United States, firms like Blackstone now own over 61,000 single-family rental homes. In Australia, the model is different, but the outcome is the same. Institutional capital is absorbing housing supply and converting ownership into tenancy. The Australian dream of home ownership. It's being packaged, securitized, and sold to global investors as a reliable income stream. So what does this mean for you? For your children? For the next generation of Australians? It means we are witnessing the creation of a permanent renter class. A society where home ownership becomes the exclusive privilege of those with inherited wealth, dual high incomes, or institutional backing. Remember, in 1975, someone working a median wage job in Sydney could realistically save for a deposit and purchase a home in a reasonable time frame. Today, the average time required to save for a home deposit has stretched to 10.6 years. Assuming you can save aggressively and property prices don't rise faster than your savings, which they do, and while first home buyers in Victoria are seeing some relief due to Melbourne's relative underperformance, that's not a solution. That's a symptom of economic stagnation. The broader story is clear. Housing has been financialized. It's no longer viewed primarily as shelter. It's an asset class, a vehicle for wealth generation. And when institutional investors compete with individual families for the same properties, the families lose. Every single time. So here we are, in 2025, watching the systematic transfer of Australia's housing stock from individual ownership to institutional control. And the people who will pay the price? An entire generation locked out of wealth accumulation, forced into permanent tenancy, paying rent that funds dividends for shareholders they'll never meet. This isn't a temporary market imbalance. This is the new normal. And unless there's a fundamental shift in policy, in supply, in how we treat housing as a human right versus an investment vehicle, the dream of home ownership will continue to slip further out of reach. The question is, are we going to do something about it? Or are we just going to watch as the Australian dream becomes the Australian memory?